Part 85, Clinical Research. Listen to a part of the sayings from the book Knowledge from Beyond, on the topic of clinical research, by Dr. Lubisha Stoyanovich, who received all of the above from the superintelligent energies of the cosmos in deep meditation. In order to verify the healing effects of sessions and talismans, a 5-year research project, 1994 to 1998, was implemented, which consisted of 2 parts. 1. Monitoring the effects of the joint action of healing sessions and talismans. 2. Monitoring the effects of independent action of the talismans. Research was carried out, for organic diseases, a group of professors and doctors from the Faculty of Medicine in Novi Sad, headed by Professor Dr. Nikola Shlyapik for organic diseases and Professor Dr. Borislav Kapamadzia for psychiatric diseases. The results were printed in 5 separates, in English and Serbian. The 4 separates include the monitoring of 602 patients suffering from various chronic, organic and psychiatric diseases, who received therapy with healing sessions and wore a talisman. The 5th separate refers to a broad survey that included 2,111 patients who suffered from 151 types of organic and psychiatric diseases, and whose therapy consisted only of wearing a healing talisman. The final test results in both groups read: 602 patients wore a talisman and received an energy session, and 2,111 patients wore only a healing talisman, which means that a total of 2,713 people participated in clinical research regarding the effects of energy sessions and the use of wearing a healing talisman. Of the 602 patients who received sessions and wore a healing talisman, 28.5% had complete healing, 30.5% of them had healing for the most part, 29.5% had healing for a smaller part, and without improvement there was 11.5% of patients from this group. Of the 2,111 patients who wore only the healing talisman, 18.3% had complete healing, 42.3% of them had healing for the most part, 23.6% had healing for a smaller part, and 15.8% of the patients had no improvement. The final conclusion is that out of the total number of patients, 2,713 of them, 20.6% of them were completely cured, 39.6% had healing for the most part, 24.9% had healing for a smaller part, and only 14.9% of people had no improvement. About 75% of those surveyed said that, since wearing the talisman, they feel stronger, calmer, and in a better mood. An increase in immunity and increased resistance to colds and infections was observed in most of them. We presented the first obtained results at the seminar with the theme Range and Perspective of Energy Medicine, Contribution of Collaboration of Classical and Alternative Medicine, held in Novi Sad on March 3 and 4, 2001. The goal of the seminar was to familiarize doctors, pharmacists, psychologists, biologists and other experts with this new and unknown way of healing patients and to encourage serious scientific research in this area. The seminar was attended by around 50 doctors and a dozen experts from pharmacy, psychology and biology from Yugoslavia, the Republic of Srpska and Slovenia. It was the first seminar in Yugoslavia, and probably in the world, where research on the effects of the application of alternative medicine was presented by qualified medical experts, and the participants of the seminar were their fellow doctors. Doctors and university professors presented the results of their monitoring of the effects of energy medicine for 12 groups of organic and psychiatric diseases. Groups of 30 to 100 patients each participated in this research. In most groups, the positive effect of applying energy medicine was 80 to 95%. Based on the opinions expressed by many participants at the end of the seminar, it can be concluded that the positive effects of the application of energy medicine have been presented, their universal effectiveness and harmlessness, both in the treatment and in the prevention of diseases, have been confirmed, which indicates the need for a greater involvement of classical medicine in the verification of its effects and the study of methods of application. Energy medicine is not directed against school medicine, which in many cases will remain irreplaceable. On the contrary, it can be helpful, especially in the case of unclear diagnoses, in the case of diseases of organs that are difficult to reach for a scalpel or drugs, and especially in cases where spiritual energies can help more than the human mind. I believe that the Chinese proverb would most refer to this: if a cat catches mice, it doesn't matter if it is white or black. The Treasury of Sacred Knowledge is grateful for your interest and sends you a lot of spiritual patience and love.